Ruth and Casey channel, all about healthy Christian living.
And today we are going to talk all about maintaining motivation on a weight loss journey, because we know motivation is challenging. We get burned out and tired of struggling.
We do. In fact, when we were talking about what should we talk about today, I was like, we need to talk about motivation because I am feeling so unmotivated today. I just could not get myself going. I'm kind of fighting off a bit of a cold, and I think that's the thing, right? On a weight loss journey, it's long, it takes time, and there's so many things that come our way that can just like take it out of us and derail us.
Yeah. So a cold is one of them. You just don't feel like you have the energy. And sometimes we really don't have the energy.
Yeah.
And we need to be really careful about fueling our body well during those times, because we don't realize how important it is to fuel our body. That means giving your body the right nutrients it needs for energy.
Yeah.
Our bodies thrive on energy, and it's what keeps us moving forward. It's what lets us stay active and engaged in life. Energy is required for everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, and here's another one. Not getting any sleep.
I
also didn't get any sleep last night, so I'm like double whammy on the lacking motivation. So I was like, let's come up with some strategies for motivation because I need some.
So if you're new here, we're Ruth and Casey. We're a mother-daughter team. We love to talk about all things healthy Christian living. We also want you to know that we do have a YouTube membership. If you're willing to support us in that way, the link is in the description. You just have to, it's like $5.99 a month or $6.99 a month, and it just really supports us. Also, you get an extra video that is your power surge for the week to help keep you motivated, because sometimes we just need that extra boost of motivation.
Yeah, and also on our channel, we talk about all things healthy Christian living with an emphasis on Christian weight loss. So if that sounds like something that you want to be part of, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. We are live or have videos twice a week, typically Mondays and Thursdays. A little variation in there sometimes. Sometimes we even run 10-day challenges and we're live for 10 days in a row to keep you motivated. And so make sure that you hang around, because I mean, we're pretty fun.
Actually, we usually have a rant.
Yeah. Well, we've actually had a few people lately who are commenting that watching our videos has really helped them kind of just lighten the mood around weight loss, rather than it being this like heavy, staunchy, no fun, humdrum journey. Let's have fun with it. Let's make the best of it, because there's enough crappy things that happen in life. We don't need our weight loss journey to be like the biggest crappy thing in our life, right?
No, in fact, we need to find joy in our weight loss journey. And we talk about joy a lot.
Yeah.
But we need to find joy every day. As believers, we are called to be joyful. Like, that is one of the things that we are called to do. Sometimes we struggle with, what's the will of God? What's the will of God? Well, the will of God is to be joyful, even in a weight loss journey.
Yeah. So even when we're doing things we don't want to do.
Yeah, even when we're doing hard things. And life can be very hard. It can be frustrating. It can be challenging. It can be, we think we're derailed.
Yeah.
But we know that there is the power within us to get back on track, to persevere. We know that. And so today's verse is 1 Peter 5, verse 8 and 9. It's, be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. So resist him, standing firm. Like, we have to stand firm. So that verse alone should motivate us to get up and get going, because we want to resist the devil. That's a command. Resist the devil. So sometimes when we're feeling sluggish, we just have to actually say, resist. We have to say, get away from me, because I am going to do what I'm being called to do. I'm going to rejoice. I'm going to be joyful, even though I don't feel like being joyful. So how do we get motivated in a weight loss journey? Well, I'm going to say the first point that we have written down, you might want to write these down, so grab a pen and paper, is to set clear goals. We've talked about SMART goals before, but we have to define what our goal even is. What do we want to do? Why do we want to lose the weight?
Well, and what are you trying to accomplish? Like, do you even know Are you trying to lose 10 pounds? Are you trying to lose 100 pounds? Are you trying to create a healthy lifestyle? Are you trying to do keto? Like, what are you doing? Right? And often we don't even bother to take the time to think about it, let alone write it down.
That's right.
And like when we talk about creating a healthy new lifestyle, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to make that happen. And so if we don't know what we're trying to do, then there's no surprise that we get lost along the way and just end up doing what's easy, which is going back to the junk food, going back to the processed foods, going back to the drive-through, going back to the old habits.
Yeah.
So we have to set clear goals so that I think the thing about setting clear goals is that then when it gets hard, we can look at that and go, oh yeah, that's where I'm trying to go. That's why I'm doing this. Because when we don't know why or how, it's too hard.
That's right. So today you might say, for a clear goal, you might say, today I'm going to pick 2 recipes out of the 10-day weigh down, and I'm going to make them and measure out my food so that I am following the plan.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need a plan, we want to encourage you to get the 10-day weigh down plan, because that's how Casey has lost 150 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But what we want you to know is that you need a plan. You do definitely need a plan.
Yes, exactly. And hello to all of you that are here watching. We're glad you're here. Hi, Lynn.
Yeah.
Hi, sweet
Thanks
Vanessa.
for commenting as well. That's really awesome.
Exactly, it is. So yeah, our first one is to set clear goals. We should actually write down another video we need to do is setting goals for weight loss.
Okay.
Because that's a whole topic in and of itself that we don't want to get into here. Otherwise, our 10 points is going to be like 10 hours long. So
yeah. Okay.
We'll do another video on that coming up, because we have a whole strategy behind goal setting on our weight loss journey.
Yeah.
And how to manage the scale and all that kind of stuff. So the first point, set yourself clear goals. Make sure that you write it down, okay?
Yeah.
And the second one is to create a vision board. Our second strategy for staying motivated is to create a vision board, because it's like we were just saying, when we have like a roadmap for ourselves of where we're trying to go and how we're going to get there, when we have a really strong reason, a why for doing the hard thing, like it's been said, the bigger the how, I'm saying it wrong. The bigger the why, the easier the how. Is that right?
Yeah.
The bigger the why, the easier the how. So meaning that when you have this like deep reason for wanting to lose the weight, like whether it's about honoring the body that God gave you, or whether it's about reclaiming your health so that you can go do the things you want to do, whether it's about being able to get down on the floor with your kids or your grandkids, like the bigger the why, those big whys help us to get through the hard times when we don't have any motivation, because it's like, no, I have to push through right now because that reason that I'm doing this is bigger than the lack of motivation that I feel today.
And that's why you need to create a vision board, or that's why you don't need to. It's a helpful aid, because you're looking at it every single day, and that's helpful for motivating you every day.
Yes.
It's a real motivator. When you see it right there in front of you, you got to have it in front of you. You can't make your vision board and then put it away. No, it has to be out in the open. But a vision board is, like, you can put in your favorite quotes, you can put in images or pictures or photos, you can put affirmations that inspire you, you can put just a whole bunch of stuff that really motivates you. And when you see it, you go, oh yeah. And putting your why down there is helpful, because you see your why. You have to get it up here.
Yeah, and it has to be bigger than I want to lose weight.
Oh yeah.
Because if your why is only that big, like, it won't work.
No, it's got to be a lot stronger than that.
Yeah, it's got to be bigger than that.
Okay, so set clear goals. Number 2 is create a vision board. Number 3 is to track your progress. So what does that look like? Well, it might mean for you to use a journal, or maybe it's a spreadsheet on your computer or an app or whatever it is. But make sure that you're tracking your progress, because if you don't know how far you've come.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when we've had so many women that say, they've forgotten to track it, or they've lost focus of tracking. And then time goes on and they gain 10 pounds and they go, oh, if only I was back where I was, because they got lost in the whole process or something and got discouraged, and they just think their tracking isn't working. But when they stop, that's when they gain the weight, and they go, oh, why did I stop? I need to go back to what I was doing because it was working.
Yeah, well, and tracking our progress too, I think is so helpful because when we're the one in the long mundane journey, we don't see the change because it's happened so slowly.
Yeah.
Right? And so we forget how far we've come. And that's why we need to track it with other things too, like pictures, like measurements. That's why the scale can be helpful because sometimes we need to look back and see how far we've come.
That's right.
And like when we do that, often we're so surprised because it's like, oh, wow.
Yeah,
Like,
and then it's encouraging to
I'm
go,
doing this.
Yeah, I am going forward. I
Yeah.
am making progress. I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So tracking your progress, use a journal or
Yeah.
just get a notepad. Write stuff down. Write down everything you put in your mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Vanessa says, I need to get the 10-day. When are we starting it again? Vanessa, you can start at any time. The way we have it set up is that you just do your own 10 days anytime that it works for you to start, and then you just keep going. You do another 10 days and another 10 days. We often actually get the question, what do I do after the 10 days? Or like, is this only for 10 days? No, this is about building habits in 10-day periods and doing it over and over and over again.
That's right. And we always say in the first 10 days, you're going to feel the difference. You definitely are going to feel the difference in just 10 days.
Yeah.
Then the next 10 days, you're actually going to see the difference. And the next 10 days, you're actually going to hear the difference. And that has happened over and over and over.
Yes.
So we know it works.
But we have actually been talking about doing another 10-day challenge coming up. We haven't set dates yet.
Yeah.
But that should be coming soon.
Yes, yeah, but don't wait for that because you can just join in when that happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4, find a workout buddy. And I'm going to make this one even further and say have an accountability partner.
Yeah.
This goes beyond just working out. I mean, having a workout buddy or somebody that you walk with is so helpful because like on the days that you don't feel like going, if you know somebody's out there waiting for you, well, you're going to get your butt in gear and get going, right?
Yeah. And you both want to have the same, like kind of the same goals, whether it's a workout goal or whether it's a healthy eating goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is so helpful to have an accountability partner.
Well, and same thing, like when we're not talking about working out, but just accountability with our weight loss journey too. It's like, you know, if you've got an accountability partner and you're both saying, you know, I'm going to really stay on plan here this week, and then you don't, like you're going to think differently before you make the decision because you're not going to want to like derail them too.
That's
right?
right.
Like it just helps so much.
Yeah. So that's a really good motivator right there.
It is.
In fact, you might have to be vulnerable and put yourself out there and ask and look hard, search for an accountability partner, but do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 5 is to reward yourself. Now, we're not talking about rewarding yourself with food. We're talking about rewarding yourself for reaching different milestones. So if you have worked out 5 days in a row and that was your goal, then reward yourself with something. Like maybe it's going to be, you're going to buy yourself a pair of new earrings or maybe a new pair of socks. Like it doesn't have to, it can be anything. It can be taking a bubble bath, but don't reward yourself with food. Do it other than that. Maybe you're just going to have yourself a sticker and that's enough for you. Like it just has to be something where you're going, yes, I did it.
Yeah, it's just about acknowledging your success.
That's right.
Really is what it's about, right? It doesn't have to be spending money. It doesn't have to be food. It's about acknowledging your progress.
It can be
and celebrating
doing a fun
your wins.
activity.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's date with your hubby. Who knows?
Yeah.
But just celebrate your wins.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, the next one kind of goes along with this. It's focus on non-scale victories. That's something we need to talk about, like I was saying earlier in this other video about setting weight loss goals, is focusing on our non-scale victories because the scale moves so slow, right?
We all know
that.
Yeah.
And it moves slower than we want it to. Even when it's moving fairly quickly, we feel like it's not moving fast enough. And so we have to focus on something else. Otherwise, that just gets us discouraged and then we want to give up and we want to quit. And it actually, like, the scale derails our motivation. Because it never moves as fast as we want it to. And that's why we have to focus on something different. And that's why non-scale victories are so good. And that's even like you just said, you know, in your first 10 days, if you're doing our 10-day WeighDown plan, in your first 10 days, you're going to feel the difference. And we have to focus on those non-scale victories. Like maybe you're going to have more energy. Maybe your skin's going to start clearing up. Maybe you're going to not feel bloated for the first time in a decade.
Maybe you're not going to have to take Tums or medication for, you know,
acid reflux
or upset stomach, anything. Yeah.
And really, like, those non-scale victories are so much better than the scale victory. Like, the scale is just a number. It's just a silly number, right? Like, who cares what that says? I mean, it's one measurement of progress, but
so many people, after they've done a 10-day challenge or just the 10 days, they just say, I just feel so much better. I just feel so much lighter. You know, it's amazing how different you feel in just 10 days.
It is. And so when we focus on those things, because those things, like, that doesn't move slowly. That actually moves quickly, how much better we can feel.
Yeah.
And we don't want to go back to feeling bad. Like, I don't know about you, but the last time I was like, oh, I'd like to feel bloated and have an upset stomach and heartburn today. Like, we don't want that.
No, we don't say that's what we're looking forward
No.
to. Oh,
and
boy.
so if we focus on those really good non-scale victories, it helps us stay motivated, because it's like, yeah, I want to feel good like this.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So number 7 is to plan and prepare. So it's really important to make a plan. When you have, like, we talk a lot about this, if you have, you know, special events coming up, or there's holidays, or there's birthdays and celebrations and anniversaries, and who knows what, grad has just been happening over where we are.
Yeah.
But plan these events so that you're not overindulging. You have to plan what you're going to be eating. You need to make a plan. And, you know, planning ahead, how does that saying go? Failing to plan is planning to fail. And so it's so important to plan. And also to plan your workouts, like, or your exercise, like,
Schedule it.
Schedule a time where you can move your body. It doesn't have to be a long time, but at least move your body for 10 minutes a day is better than nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I want to say, I shared at the beginning, I've got this cold. So I'm feeling less than motivated today. In fact, I was out for a drive with my kids this morning, and I was like, oh, maybe I should just pick lunch up, because I don't feel like making lunch when I get home for everybody. But then I remembered I have so much stuff prepped in my fridge that really it was easier to just go home and pull things out of the fridge than it was to stop and get something.
And probably a lot healthier.
Way healthier. I had vegetables prepped up. I had my lettuce cut. I had chicken. Like, it was just so easy. So the more planned you are, the more prepared you are. Like,
it helps you stay on track.
So much. Yeah.
It keeps you motivated.
Yeah. And now.
And you actually feel so good about yourself, and then you're celebrating a win.
And I was going to say, then you don't have heartburn and feel bloated, right? Like, so it's perfect. It's great.
It's awesome. And what's Vanessa saying? She says,
she says, I have a new job this week. So crazy, going to different locations for training. Hard to stay focused, but next week I will look into the 10-day challenge. Awesome.
Yeah. That's planning ahead. Right now doesn't work. You're too busy, but next week works.
Exactly.
So, like, stay motivated. Like, don't let the week go by and go, oh no, I'm not motivated anymore. No, keep that motivation up. Like, keep saying, I'm gonna do it, and then do it.
Yeah.
Like, follow through.
Because you can do it. We know you can.
Yeah.
And this week, while you're busy, just make sure that you're making the best choices that are possible given the parameters that you have.
And remember to fuel your body.
Yeah.
Eat what actually gives your body the good energy that is lasting. It's staying power. I like to call it staying power, because that's really what it is. When you fuel your body, you're giving yourself the premium fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, number 8. Stay positive and practice compassion. We like to call that grace.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
maintaining a positive mindset is so important. Staying positive is half the battle. I'm going to say it's 95% of the battle.
Yeah.
Right?
In fact, our verse for today, what, is it 1st or 2nd Peter? I always get it mixed up. 1 Peter 5, 8, and 9. It's the verse of the day in the Bible app. And normally we don't just pull the verse of the day, but we've used this verse quite often because it's so good. And if you do the little, like, 5-minute devotional that the Bible app has with the verse, the people who do it today, they talked about, like it says, we have 3 commands in that verse, right? Be alert, be of sober mind, and resist the devil.
Yeah.
So we have 3 jobs to do essentially in that verse. And they were talking about, like, being of sober mind and what that means, and how, like, the Bible also tells us that we take every shot, that we need to take every thought captive. And what that verse tells us is that we can do that. We have the ability to take every thought captive. And in fact, we're called to do that. And so, like, we got to make our thoughts obey. And so staying positive and practicing grace, we can do that, but we have to choose to do it, and it's hard work.
Yeah.
And
sometimes
so
we got to just choose our hard. We talk about that a lot too. Choosing what's important, choosing the hard, making the hard choices. Sometimes it's not the easy way.
Yeah.
It is the hard way.
Yeah. And then when you do fall down, because you will fall down, it's about staying positive and applying grace and getting back up and carrying on. And it's not about getting stuck in the pity pot. It's about getting back up and carrying on, because you have the power of the Holy Spirit inside of you that is strong in your weakness.
That's right.
There you go.
And that's going to motivate you just in that verse in itself. Wow. Yeah. So number 9, educate yourself. Now, you might think, well, how am I supposed to educate myself? Well, you can educate yourself about what fuels your body and what doesn't. What nutrients work well in your body. Like, we're all different. What works for me doesn't necessarily fuel your body. Like I really get fueled by peanut butter. You might not. Maybe you get fueled by different protein. But I know that my body works well with ground beef, with hamburger. And some people work they don't. They work better with chicken. But you have to know, you have to learn and educate yourself. And then you also have to educate yourself about what is working for you, what isn't. What are the healthy habits that you have? What are the unhealthy habits that you have to change? Like, there's so much to educate yourself on. What does it mean to fuel your body?
I was going to be really cheeky on this one and just say, all you have to do is watch our channel twice a week.
That's right. And you can look up. We have lots of videos that are on nutrition and what actually fuels your body. So you could go and research that too on our channel.
We should probably do another one about that.
Yeah, about the right nutrients to have and all that.
Yeah.
But educate yourself. That's the big thing.
Yeah, exactly. And the last and final one is to visualize your success. And that one always reminds me of that Henry Ford quote that gets put around a lot. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Because if you walk around telling yourself you can't ever do it and you're never going to lose the weight, well, do you think you'll be successful?
No.
If you go around and say, with God on my side and with God in this journey, I can do this. I can do hard things. Your chances of success are
through the roof. Yeah.
Right? We know we can do it because the Bible tells us we can do it.
It is possible. All you got to do is have that faith of a mustard seed, and a mustard seed is so small. In fact, here's a great thing to go and motivate yourself with. Go and buy a few mustard seeds. Buy a tiny little bag and put one mustard seed in a little bag and carry it with you in your pocket. And every time you start to doubt, all you got to think about, if you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain.
Yeah.
You can lose the weight.
Yeah, if you can move a mountain, you can drop a few pounds.
So there you go. That in itself should be the motivating factor for today to get back on track.
Exactly. So let's do a quick recap. We're trying to keep this video a little bit shorter today just because I have things to do.
You have a babysitter that needs to go, well, you need to go and deal with your children.
Yeah, anyways. So number 1, set clear goals.
Number 2, create a vision board.
3, track your progress.
4, find an accountability partner.
5, reward yourself.
6, focus on the non-scale victories.
7, plan and prepare.
Number 8, stay positive and practice grace.
Number 9, educate yourself, aka show up.
Show up for yourself. And number 10, visualize your success. Like, I'm going to say, visualize your success, but do it in small increments. Like, just first of all, visualize losing 5 pounds. You can do it.
Yeah.
Definitely you can.
I think our bonus point is along what you're saying. When we talk about setting clear goals and visualizing success, keep it small steps.
Yeah.
Don't set these big astronomical goals like, I'm going to lose 100 pounds by August. No, you're not.
Or here's what my husband would say. He would say, use the KISS rule.
Yeah.
KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
We're not stupid,
no.
But we're just saying, keep everything simple and it's going to work. You will stay motivated if you follow these 10 things.
Yeah. And when you make goals that are small enough that you know you can do it, then you will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Cherie. She says, hi, ladies. No longer dieting and being on a weight loss quest has been a real heart and mind bender.
Yeah.
Thank you for these tips. I have not done all of these or consistently done them. Yeah, and you know what?
You're not alone.
Yeah, exactly. Learning to be consistent on this journey is a whole journey in and of itself, right?
Yeah.
And consistency is key, but even that is a journey in learning how to keep showing up and how to keep being consistent and getting back up when we fall down.
It's a whole learning of being able to trust and obey. That's really what it's about. It's about learning and growing in our walk with Jesus. A weight loss journey is so much more than weight loss. Like, it encompasses every aspect of our life, and that's why we love to talk about all things healthy Christian living.
In fact, I just had this thought, and I hopefully, excuse me, having trouble with my words today. Hopefully I can express this how I'm thinking about it, but it's like we're just trusting and obeying. We're honoring our bodies like we're called to do, and the byproduct of that is that we get to lose weight. So let's even stop thinking about it like a weight loss journey. Let's just start thinking about it like we're obeying what God is asking us to do. And in the meantime, we get to lose the weight and feel great. So how awesome is that?
So that should be motivating enough for today. And thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your comments. If you're going to be watching the replay, just comment. Comment on what you're going to do. What is motivating for you?
Yeah. And we will reply. We always reply to your comments. So
trust and obey.
Yeah.
Exactly. For there's no other way.
To be happy in Jesus.
But to trust and obey. Okay. Have a great...
We better end with a regular statement so that they get it in their
I really like
heads.
that one though.
Yeah. Well, it was good. Maybe we should sing it. No, we shouldn't. Okay.
Okay.
Which one are we doing?
I think we're going to say, treat your body like a temple.
Not a trash can.
See you next time.
Again.